We'll have divers from around the world coming out to dive the Yukon because it's one of a kind.
Despite the best-laid plans, the Yukon had a mind of her own. She sank by herself just off the coast of Mission Beach hours before she was supposed to be sunk. Jackie Collins brings us up to date on the reincarnation of this vessel as a premier diving spot.
It took just minutes for the Yukon to go down, but 3 years to get her ready. And final plans to transform the 366-foot ship into an artificial reef had included plenty of hoopla. Like her sister ship, the Mackenzie, a spectator fleet of thousands, fireworks, and a ceremonial detonation had been carefully planned. But shifting winds and larger-than-expected sea swells came flooding into pre-cut holes just above the waterline. The Yukon went down just hours ahead of schedule. Her sinking stunned the many volunteers who had worked on her for so long.
Fine people put a lot of hours, thousands of hours in this project. And I, of course, want the best for them.
But the organizers at the San Diego Oceans Foundation say the Yukon will still serve San Diego as a marine life sanctuary and a scuba diver's haven.
We did what we wanted to do. She's where she wanted to be, and she's a happy camper today.
The vessel lists on her port side, but the gun turrets and various nooks and crannies in the ship will still provide a new home for marine life.
We'll have divers from around the world coming out to dive the Yukon because it's one of a kind. We've made it very diver safe by cutting large holes in the sides. You've probably noticed some of the two dolphins that I cut up front. Those were kind of unique. Now the holes that we've cut in the ship are all marked with numbers and letters, and that tells you where you are in the ship.
The volunteers also removed the toxic pollutants and electrical wires on board the ship to make it marine and diver safe. The Girl Scouts and local artist Mike Keyline created murals and other artwork in hopes of putting the fish and other marine life in a romantic mood. It takes time before marine life really makes its home in an artificial reef. But Yukon's sister ship, the Mackenzie, already lures divers to her marine sanctuary. It won't be long before the Yukon sports a similar look.
I'm looking forward for this ship to acquire the beautiful hues and colors of marine life attaching itself to the ship and attracting the fish. And so when the divers go down, we'll have this environment that we usually don't have off San Diego of a reef that has fish and aquatic life attached to it. Just one of those things that we as divers are acutely aware of is the environment. And we want to have a healthy, strong environment off of San Diego. And this ship's going to offer that.
Divers first visiting the Yukon will discover there's a lot of ship to see. It takes many dives to explore the ship's entirety. Those who do venture deep into the hull may come across something local old salts are heard to say.
Fools' names and fools' faces are always seen in deep places.
Engraved in the metal hatch cover of the Yukon are the names of the volunteers who made the ship the marine sanctuary it is today.
And the Yukon's been good for business as well. Dive charters say business has skyrocketed since the Yukon began her new life as an artificial reef.